What is up, guys? This is Knightmare, and today I have another Destiny 2 build video for you all. This is my Nuked Voidwalker Warlock. So the idea of this build compared to my last Warlock build is this one doesn't really focus on damage output or DPS, but more on burst damage, which is a lot better for PvP in the Crucible. So this is what this build mostly focuses on. However, you can change a couple things to make it better for PvE. Now, for the Voidwalker Warlock, let's jump right into the trees you can go with. So the most popular tree is this one here, the Devourer build, and it's supposed to make you really tanky. On paper, it sounds really great. You're supposed to get really high survivability, but really, I feel like I don't really get that too often compared to the this tree that I go with. Now, compared the tree that most people go with, you're consuming your grenades, and my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of other people will agree with me, your grenade is your second strongest utility or weapon you have on your guardian. The first being, of course, your ultimate or your super, whatever you want to call it. I call them supers because I call them ultimates because of previous games I come from. But your super ability, your Nova Bomb, is your first. Second being your grenade, in my opinion. This tree is consuming your grenades, whereas this one is making them stronger. So that's why I went with this. And you'll see with the build and with my armor that I'm wearing, we're able to get tons and tons of grenades, and even in some games when I'm playing with good teammates that will give me orbs with their ultimates or their supers, and I'm playing very well, I can get usually supers off, two Nova Bombs off in a Crucible match. So let's jump right into it, uh, looking at each individual little tree. So striking enemy with your melee is going to give you recharge on your grenade, which again is going to work very well with this build since grenades are our main focus. Again, the main focus is like being able to burst your enemy down before you even have to get in a firefight with them. Throwing your grenades around cover or throwing your grenades to finish off people or help you burst people down. Here's the main idea, what I was talking about, drawing power to get your grenades. Now it says draw power from your super to overcharge your grenade, and it's like a charging effect. However, you don't really notice it that much. Like I said, I'm still getting two supers in Crucible matches. It doesn't drain that much super energy from you compared to this, which consumes your entire grenade. You're taking a little bit of your super to get a stronger grenade, which is very nice. Your void ability kills cause enemies to explode, so this is going to be very nice with comboing off your Nova Bomb and your grenades. If you throw your grenade into a group of enemy guardians, it can set off a chain reaction of explosions with Bloom, which is very awesome. I've had this happen a couple times, throwing a Axion Bolt into like a group of 3, and then I shoot at one guardian up in the front. The grenade finishes him off. My second Axion Bolt goes to a second enemy guardian, and it just blows everyone up, and it's freaking awesome to watch. Yeah, like I said, it's happened a couple times for me, so it can happen. And then Cataclysm. Now, this is my least favorite Nova Bomb. I wish we could have had like Vortex or the one from Destiny 1, which was the one that shot straight and very fast. This one travels very slow, but you can shoot it with your weapon to make it explode early, which is pretty cool. So let's look at the grenade choices we have. Now I go with Axion Bolt because it's, like I said, very high burst damage is what we're going with for this build. So this is like a seeking grenade, which is really cool. Now if you wanted to use this build for PvE, I would take off the Axion Bolt and use Vortex Grenade, because that's going to give you really good AoE like damage per second. Very good for clearing out enemies. And then Scatter Grenade, I wouldn't really recommend using this. So Vortex Grenade for Vanguard missions, or like the strikes or the raid, and then I use Axion Bolts for Crucible or PvP. Healing Rift over Empowering Rift. The reason is because you can use Healing Rift both offensively and defensively, whereas you can only use Empowering Rift offensively. If you want a better explanation for that, you can go check out my last Warlock build video. But brief rundown, the Healing Rifts, you can place this around cover and you can engage in a firefight with this and it'll keep you alive, or you can engage outside of a firefight to heal back up quickly, whereas this is just going to be used right before a firefight. You won't place this down to like after a firefight or anything like that. So I hope that makes sense. Jumps you can use, Burst Glide is really good. Blink is also very nice for Crucible because it's a teleport. And just being able to get that line of sight a lot quicker, like a blink, is very, very strong. Alright, so let us take a look at the weapons that make this build perform very well. Alright guys, so taking a look at our equipment on our Guardian, there's 3 things we want to look at when we set up this kind of build. If you have 2 out of the 3, you're pretty golden, but having all 3 of these is perfect. So let's start off with my exotic helmet, which is the first thing that you really want to get. The Nezrak's Sin, I think is what it's called. So as you can see there, its exotic trait is void damage kills increase ability, energy, recharge rate. So getting kills that are void damaging kills are going to allow you to get your grenades and your super and your melee ability off back quicker. Now this is void damage kills. This does not necessarily mean your grenade and your melee. It can also mean void damage burn weapons. So here I have a void burn Mida multi-tool, and then you would also want a void burn heavy. The only one I have right now is a little bit lower light level, so I just leave this one on. I tend to not get heavy armor that much anyways in Crucible matches. So that's the second thing you want to get, are void burn weapons. Having 2 void burn weapons is going to allow you to get your grenades back even quicker. More grenades, more kills with your grenades, or void kills, which again is going to keep just cycling through your rotation of abilities. So the more you stay on your void weapon, the better you'll do. Now, right now I'm using the exotic scout rifle, the Mida multi-tool, just because that's the meta of the game. There really aren't that many better options. However, what would make this build perform much, much better is if you were to use a void burn second or energy weapon as your primary. So before I had my Mida, I was using this weapon, the Martyr's Make, however you pronounce that, and the Last Prediction. I was using these 2, switching off between them. This auto rifle and this pulse rifle. Both of these are very good. So yeah, having a void burn weapon that you're constantly getting kills with is gonna pretty much allow you to get your 2 supers per game. Another good submachine gun or off weapon to the Mida you can use is the Last Hope. The Last Hope is a very strong sidearm. If you haven't gotten your hands on one yet, I definitely recommend looking up how to get one and definitely get your hands on it. It's a very strong sidearm. So that's 2 of the 3. The third thing you need for this build is simply a what are these called? Mods for your gauntlets, which is going to give you grenade recharge faster using Void subclass. So we're using Void subclass. Our focus is grenades. It speaks for itself. So that pretty much covers our 3 basic needs of equipment to make this nuke build with our grenades, making them the focus of the build. And then on the side, what I like to look for on my Warlock is increasing as much mobility and resilience as possible. Reason for this is the Warlock naturally has really high recovery, but we have the Healing Rift for recovery. So I try to make myself as tanky with resilience and as mobile with, of course, mobility. And that pretty much covers the equipment. Alright guys, so I'm just going to show you off the Axiom Bolt Empowered real quick in combat, just against a couple little ads and stuff like that. So there's the charge up on it. If you wanted to cancel it, you can just weapon swap. I mean, that takes away the charged grenade. In case you charge it up and then you end up not using it, you don't have to waste your grenade. So again, to show that off, there's the charge up on the grenade and you can hold it as long as you want. You can jump around with it and be mobile, whatever you gotta do. And if you decide you don't want to use it, you simply switch weapons. Okay, so let us see if I can get a good grenade throw on these real quick. I want to try to get it on a group of enemies that are kind of a little bit grouped up tighter. So let me run over here. In the meantime, watch these clips of me showing you off the grenade in the Crucible.
You made that look easy, Warlock.
Here we go. There you go. There's 3 Axiom bolts, tons of damage. And that's pretty much gonna show off the grenades, pretty much. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you want to see more content from me, I plan on uploading a lot more. I've been taking a little bit of a break from gaming since I've been having a lot go on in my life with a new job and everything. I have recently built a new PC also, which hopefully I plan on making a new character on Destiny 2 on my PC, and hopefully release some more build videos for that, or just gameplay videos. I'm also streaming regularly now. I also plan on playing some new games. If you still look forward to my ESO content, don't worry, I still release ESO content. I'm actually planning on making a couple builds right now. I have a couple lined up. So yeah, thanks for watching guys.